hey, hey. You gotta think about it. Think about it.
Hey guys, I hope everyone is doing well. I thought I'd do a quick pickups just to go through what I got before, and I got kind of good reception, good feedback from the format I did last month. So I thought I'd do something similar for this month and show stuff off kind of around the gaming corner, as opposed to just sitting on a chair as I normally do and putting stuff in front of my noggins, in front of my face, and talking about them. So yeah, as you can hopefully see, this is part of the Game Boy shelf. So yeah, Balloon Kid, fantastic little kind of platformer, fairly, I wouldn't say one of the, not necessarily original, one of the early Game Boy games for sure. And had a loose cart, and yeah, wanted to get a box version. Love the cover art. Sorry, it's all in protectors, so you're gonna see some reflection on that one. But yeah, really cool to get. It's kind of creeping up a little bit in price, not big hitter territory or anything like that, but yeah, going up a bit. This one is a game that I've wanted for a long time. I'm gonna do a separate video on this, depending on the timing of when this pickups video gets released, and the video on this might have come up before. But yeah, Trip World, a game. It got released in Europe, Japan, don't think the US, but wasn't in massive numbers, and therefore it's fairly uncommon to get like a boxed version, and the price of them, even like the loose cart original ones, is fairly significant. But this isn't an original one, limited run. Obviously did a reissue of the game, which is good because they did it, I think, in partnership with Sunsoft, who's like the developer and the publisher on it. So it's I emulated it before just as a bit of a curiosity to see how it plays, and yeah, quite liked it. So when I heard that limited run were going to be doing a release, I jumped on it. But yeah, aside from obviously the limited run, like the logos on here and on the instructions and the cart as well, everything else is as the original was. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, cheeky little platformer, fairly basic in nature, but fun nonetheless. And I'll say no more because I'll cover that on a separate video. So we'll just whack that one back up on the shelf, and hopefully it won't completely fall over. So I think that's pretty much everything we've got to talk about here. Up here, I think last time I would have had King Kong's. Like I helped out a mate doing a bit of videoing for a project he's doing, a little bit of editing, and very kindly gave me some Forbidden Planet vouchers. So I got like King Kong, but he looked a bit lonely on his own, and I had a bit of credit left over. So yeah, got Godzilla. Really cool. Not like fairly, don't know the exact kind of measurements on these fellas, but yeah, they're fairly chunky figures, decent size, and I think they, yeah, in that kind of action pose, it's far better than having Kong jumping in the air looking like he was going to take out Lino. So yeah, a bit there. Yeah, I think I got the crumbs, my memory, the battery pack perhaps on the last pickup. So I'm just going for some of the Game Boy original accessories, but I'm fairly sure this one wasn't here. So I got it off Vinted, Game Boy camera. Really nice condition box. Again, I might do a separate video on Game Boy accessories for those that are geekily inclined and into that weird shit. But yeah, chuffed with that. I have got a Game Boy, I think it's a red Game Boy camera, like loose, I've had for quite some time, but not a nice like box one like that. So pleased with that. No change real here. Still respecting the box art on those ones. Got bootleg and then original John. And then yeah, right to left, pick this up, a bit Panini set again from Vinted, but yeah, Panini Mario cards. So yeah, quite a few of them. But the reason I got it was because the same seller was selling this. So Castlevania, order of, is it Ecclesia? Costs an absolute arm and a leg on like UK PAL. So the astute is eyes. It's even a bloody word. Amongst you know, this is a US release, a little bit thinner in terms of the case, but so much cheaper. And if I can open it, yeah, it's just in really nice. Hang on a sec, use my brute. It says brute strength. Oh, it's a beast. Right, one-handed. So yeah, really pleased with that. The DS, unlike the 3DS, isn't region locked, so you can play this on any of any form of DS, which is a bit of a pain with the 3DS that they did introduce a lock to it. So yeah, chuffed had that. And it's been a little while since I got a new Master System game. It's missing the hang tab, but everything else is like super nice. Obviously a bit of a shooter. A shoot 'em up, a shmup, Scramble Spirits. So yeah, I think I've got a loose copy, or played it through like an EverDrive, perhaps again for the Master System Challenge. So I do know a little bit about this game, but yeah, wanted to pick it up. I do like the old shooters, particularly on the Master System. We're going to go down a level. Apologies for the shadow and for the socks and the microphone and all the crap on the floor. Bit of recommendation, this one from Steve at 9EG 911 Gamer, for the PC Engine. So Rastan Saga 2, as you know, screenshots on the back, but like a bit of a side-scrolling action platformer, should we call it that? Fairly crude sprites, but pretty funky and beautiful nonetheless. I haven't put much time into it, but yeah, getting a bit involved in that one. We got some loose cards, Turok, which I haven't played that at all yet for the original Game Boy. I didn't even know there was one. Obviously, I'm sure it's 2D. Won't be a 3D like the thoroughfare Turoks. And then I think these are puzzle games. Again, very, very cheap on Vinted. Seems to be my place at the moment. Is that Syriad and Dexterity? And this one, it's Trip World again, but it's like the DX. It's the colour version. But it's a bit of I call it a Mickey Mouse one. Someone's just got the ROM, like a colorized version of it, and then just chucked it on a physical cart. So it's probably just more for show than anything else. Albeit I'll chuck it in just to check it works, and probably have a go. But I think the game is exactly the same as the OG Game Boy one that I've got the limited run version on. I don't think any changes there. Got ourselves a Street Shark. Don't know the names of these fellas, but I've always wanted a Street Shark. And typically they have a lot of like paint wear, and it's a bit on this guy, but not, I wouldn't say like significant. I think Retro Hunter, I think it was like 20 quid, albeit I got a few bits and bobs from Ali. So as always, got a nice little deal. He's taken in quite a big collection of like Street Sharks. There's some box ones as well, and I saw one loose like this with a few accessories, and on the label I could see like 34 or 3 and a 4, and I was just, oh Ali, can I get into that one? And I think I called it like a bit of a reasonable one. He goes, well, that's not the reasonable one, and the 0 was missing. So it was something like, or the 5, it was like 340 or 345 quid. I was like, holy crap. So I was like, get there. What's the cheapest one you've got that looks like a shark? I say a shark, looks like a great white shark as opposed to the hammerheads and the other varieties you get. And this was the one. Yeah, 20 quid. Opens his mouth a little bit. Yeah, slightly posable on those punching arms. And yeah, pretty chuffed with them. Bit of a beast. Takes up a bit of space. Love a bit of Shed 7. Since back in the day, like Ocean Pie is one of my favourite tunes. I can't, again, for life of me, apologies if I showed this on the last pickups. I've really lost track of what time. But this is their latest album, and yeah, it was a bit of a steal really. Got it, and then got the lads to sign it for, I think it was 15 quid, or thereabouts. So yeah, not much different the price of getting a CD album from the likes of HMV, if they still sell them. I'm assuming they do. And yeah, look at this beast. A boxed Walkman. I thought that was the one thing missing from, say the one thing, one of the things missing from the collection. I really wanted a Walkman. I've got one of my original Walkmans, the Walkmen, however you bloody say it, kind of tucked away, but it's not like boxed. And I thought, oh, I want one that's boxed with like, it's got the original headphones and all the gubbins and stuff. So I'll do a no way am I going to open that like one-handed. It's not perfect box, you can see it's a bit rough around the edges, but it is nice, and I'm not going to try and attempt to get into that. So I'll do a separate little Let's Get Physical vid on that, most likely. And then we've got, not giving up on the GameGear, no chance. So Sensi, again off this off eBay, in fact. So I think I got this with Rastan 2 from the same seller. So they did a little something on the price. As far as I'm aware, it's exactly the same as the Master System version. And then we've got some goodies here. I had a catch up very recently with Roger, Retro Gamer, and Buttercup, and he messaged me probably a couple of weeks prior and said, oh, there's a guy, I think like a mate, someone he knew, he'd bought some stuff off before, done a bit of trading, and he's got some Game Boy related stuff. Do you fancy it? So I was just like, oh, yes, please. So they are, point out now, they're not. There's no console in there, and the carts are missing from the boxes. But I'm very sure that I have all of them, and I think WarioWare, in fact, might be a double. But the others, I'll just be making them box complete by getting my loose carts and putting them in the boxes. So chuffed with that. But yeah, the cheeky bugger. He gave some Xbox games, which unfortunately they're downstairs and not in the room. But some magazines, a few bits and bobs, a little funky knockoff million in one handheld, which is a bit of a laugh. So that's really kind of those guys. Who didn't have to. But very, very naughty. Retro naughtiness. So and that's it. So fairly short and sweet. Not going over or after mega quantity of stuff, but a few nice bits that will kind of keep me happy and kind of on trend with where this mad collecting is heading. So love you and leave you. Hope all is well, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.